Again, y'all. Okay, so here's the story about why I'm 7 minutes late is because Facebook wasn't letting me like post. And it wasn't letting me post, it wasn't letting me go live. And so whatever. So we have choices in life where we can let something bother us and like stop us from moving forward, or we can choose to quickly figure shit out and find a new way. And so here we are. So I was always going to go live on Instagram anyways, and I was always going to be recording this on anyways. And so here we are. We're just not doing live on Facebook. That's all. You snooze, you lose, right? Right? That's why we like the gram. Okay, so this is day 2 of getting activated as fuck. AF. Okay, sorry, it's too early in the morning to be saying the F word. So we're gonna get activated AF, y'all. Okay, this is the vibe. If you're on the video, you can't see, but I am the vibe shirt is where we're at today, y'all. Where we're at. Because we are the vibe. You are the vibe. And it's a choice that you get to make. So sometimes you might hear a lot of the same things that I keep teaching over and over again because you still need to practice it. I need to practice it every day. You need to practice it every day. So one of those things is choosing to be the vibe. What are you going to be the vibe of? Are you going to choose to be in the vibe of scarcity? Or are you going to choose to be in the vibe of abundance? So today, to give you a quick overview, yesterday we talked about like my favorite F words that are going to tie into today because those are your core values. So for me, it was like freedom, flexibility, fierce, fun, fabulous, focused. Those are the quick F words that I could, and fulfillment. Those are the quick F words that I could just think of now that are part of my core values that guide me in decision makings. And those things have come from my intuition. So getting activated as fuck is all about listening to your intuition and tying back into your heart, your soul, your God-given desires, instead of focusing on what the brain can tell you. And so the brain's going to tell you, you don't have any money in your bank account, your credit cards are limited, and therefore you can't do anything. The reality of the circumstance might be that your credit card's maxed out, but your brain is telling you that you are worth less because of that. And so, but we want to go into our intuition and into our heart. And that's when you're going to feel most energized. You're going to feel most electric. You're going to feel light as a feather. And so I want to help you build your business so that you feel light as a feather. Yesterday I did, I put a little challenge out on my Facebook, and it was like, if you were put in front of a group of people of your ideal clients, what would be your message? And you have like 30 seconds to 1 minute to share your message with your ideal client. What would you say? And immediately it popped into me of like, you don't have to be a victim. Activate the power that's already within and create the life and the business that you are meant to live. And that's my mission. That's my purpose. And that's what lights me up. And so that is like the big guiding principle about why I am in business, why I'm even put on the planet. And that excites me. Okay, so today we're going to kind of talk about that stuff, but then I also want to bring in a lot of the abundance. Bringing in the abundance. So I do have some notes. So if you keep looking, see me looking over, whatever. So let's talk about abundance for a second. Okay? Okay. So you see the sign where your attention goes, energy flows. So I want you to keep that at the back of your mind. And I've had that up for well over a year now. So keep that in the back of your mind always. Okay? So what is your definition of abundance? If you're on, I would love to hear, how do you define abundance? So lots of times we start to think of abundance as in money. I am abundant when my bank account is overflowing. And that's all we think of abundance. And that's all we're really seeking is the money. So I want you to think of like abundance as a word and what that means to you and all the things that it can mean. So abundance is not just money. Abundance is the abundance of all things. It's the overflow. It's there's so much of this everywhere vibe. Not just vibe, thing, right? And so this can be like an abundance of your worthiness. This can be abundance of freedom. This can be abundance of flexibility. This can be an abundance of fun. This can be an abundance of all those core values that we talked about yesterday. So I would like to hear right now, what are like 3 things that are in abundant right around you right now? So just look and see, what is abundant around me? Okay, I got an abundance of cups. Water glasses everywhere in my kitchen today. And so there's an abundance of that. I have an abundance of flowers outside right now and an abundance of raspberries and strawberries. Ooh, so exciting. Love the abundance of raspberries and strawberries. I have an abundance of, what else? What else do you have an abundance of? I have an abundance of love, and I have an abundance of gratefulness. All these things that you are thankful for, that you are grateful for, that you have in abundance. So when you're feeling, so the opposite of abundance is scarcity. Opposite of abundance is scarcity. So if you are not feeling abundant, like there is an overflow of something, that means that you're in a lack, that you're seeing a lack. Okay? So if you're not experiencing an abundance of wealth and money, then you're experiencing the lack. So how do we change that? And how does this affect your business? So how it affects your business right from the get-go is if you do not believe that there are an abundance of clients out there and that we got to compete for clients and that you got to like, I got to grab that person before they disappear, and if she doesn't sign with me now, never gonna, right? And so if you don't see that there's an abundance of clients out there for you, you're living in a scarcity mindset, and that is going to affect how you approach your business. Okay, so you're going to approach your business in a different way, being like, oh, I'm going to do whatever I can to sign that person. So I'm going to reduce my rates. I'm going to reduce my rates. I'm going to make myself available all the time. I honestly catch myself on that all the time. And being available to people. And that is scarcity. And and a boundary. Anyways, so yeah, the opposite of abundance is scarcity. So I want you to think of ways you are turning down abundance. What are ways that you are rejecting abundance in your life and in your business? So what are the ways you are turning down abundance? Okay, this could be ways of I'm not worthy. I'm not really worthy of like receiving like $30,000 this month. So I'm going to self-sabotage myself so I don't receive that. I'm going to self-sabotage by reducing my rates, right? Those are the things. By like maybe not even putting my offer out there because it might not feel good enough. Some ways that you are turning down abundance. That could be that you are hiding. Maybe you are hiding from posting on social media altogether. Maybe you are hiding from posting your website. Maybe you are hiding from going to that networking event. So what are the ways that you are turning down the buttons of abundance? Okay, this is your choice. You might not realize that that is your choice, but your abundance is, and scarcity is a thought that you can control, and it leads to feelings, actions, and then results, right? The circumstance is that your credit card's maxed out. The circumstance is that you don't have a lot of money in your bank account. The circumstance, right? Those are the circumstances. But your choice lies in if you choose abundance or scarcity. And my ladies, this is a daily, hourly, minute-to-minute practice that gets easier, that gets better. You get better at it. Okay, so one, what are all the ways that you are turning down and running away from abundance? So if you're running away from abundance, you are running towards scarcity. This is Tough Love Wednesday, man. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, when you're running away from abundance, you're running towards scarcity. So what are the ways that you are doing that in your business? Are you not showing up? Are you reducing your rates? Are you not even promoting yourself? Right? Are you not talking about your offers and how you help people? Are you not showing off all the glam and glitz of who you are? What is it that you are not doing? All right. So on the opposite, what makes you turn on? Remember, turning on, that's the activation switch. So how are you activating abundance? How are you activating abundance? How are you turning on and flipping on the on switch? So this could be like the choosing your beliefs that abundance and clients are everywhere. Choosing the beliefs that it is easy for clients to come to you. Choosing the beliefs that business is fun, that life is fun, that it's not a chore, that you're not a victim, that you are the victor, you're the vixen. Vixen, that's my new favorite V word, vixen. Just Google the definition of vixen and it will light you up, man. Light you up. Anyway, so what makes you turn on the abundance? So what brings up your vibe? Check out the shirt. What brings out your vibe? So yesterday, like I can talk, okay? So yesterday I talked about like doing the fun things that you like to do. That is fun. Fun, fun, fun. Not in your business, maybe it is in your business, but really just something that's fun. So like for me, that could be kayaking, that could be sitting outside, that could be doing a dance. I love dancing around my house. I love cranking up the music when I'm cooking dinner and singing Disney songs really loudly. And my kids are like, can you stop singing? And I'm like, no, because I love it. And Disney songs work within my vocal range for the most part. Anyways, enough about Disney songs. But what is it that raises your vibe? So if you are feeling like, ugh, like last week I got hit with student loans, taking my money out of my account when they weren't authorized. And it was just like, boom, sucks the vibe out, want to cry, want to like sit on the couch and watch Netflix because there's nothing on TV right now. Right? So those feelings come. How do I choose to react to that? How do I choose my next step? I don't want to be all day. That's not fun. I want to be in the vibe. So my choice starts with the choice. It starts with the belief that I have a choice and you have a choice. So believe that you have a choice in the matter. You do not need to play the victim to anything that happens in your life. No, right? Circumstances happen. You have no control over those things, right? No control over the external circumstances. You can only control your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and actions, right? Right. Okay, so one of those things to raise the vibe is starts with your choice to want to raise the vibe, right? If you don't want to raise your vibe, you're not gonna, right? If you don't want to accept that there is an abundance all around you, and that money is just flowing around the world everywhere, that's your choice. Your choice, because that's not the reality. Okay, and I'm probably getting all these messages in my group. Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, Facebook's being a douche. And so, yeah, there go all the messages, as you can probably hear. Anyways, okay, so movement, dancing, those are other things that might help raise your vibe. So actually movement actually energetically raises you. Like there is just imagining like a tunnel going up your spinal cord from your sitting bones, your pelvis, all the way through the crown of your head. And so when you breathe in, it rises. When you have the intention and the attention that your energy is rising, your breath will bring it up. The movement actually gets it moving, moving, moving. And that's what raises your vibe, raises your vibe. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. So, what are 3 things that you like to do that can raise your vibe? Maybe it's journaling. Maybe some people really love writing. I like talking. When I feel low, for me to like pick up the phone and talk to somebody, whew, brings up my vibe, right? This morning I'm talking to Steffi in the UK, raises my vibe. Then I get on the phone with my sister, raises my vibe. And so here I am in the vibe shirt because this is just where we need to be. So what raises your vibe? Write them down because then you can see when you are not feeling the vibe, what you need to do to get out of it, right? And that's going to be different for every single person, okay? So where your attention goes, energy flows. And that's where it's like attracts like. When you are in the scarcity mindset where things are never going right for you, when things are never going right, you are not signing any clients, you are not making any more money, you're not doing what you want to do, you're stuck. When you are stuck in that vibe, you attract more of it. So it's your choice to switch. La-di-da, easy peasy. But no, Chess, it's so hard to just switch your vibe because you're choosing not to. You're choosing not to. So getting activated is a choice. Is a choice in seeing the abundance around you and in you. Let me say that again. Being activated is a choice of seeing the abundance around you and in you. Okay? Light the fire. Light that fire. And right now it might be just a little tiny flame. Okay? It might just be a little tiny flame, but let's turn that into a fire so that you are out there and you are changing the world. Which leads me to the next point of how do you want to change the world? How do you want to change the world? What do you believe your purpose is on this planet? And so doing this helps activate your soul because this gives you that fulfillment. This gives you that purpose. This gives you that bigger meaning of life. And that's what lights your fire. That's what excites you. Maybe a little part of you is like, ooh, I think God's asking a little much of me on that. I don't think I'm ready for that. Maybe you're not. But you were given that desire for a reason. You are given that passion for a reason. And that passion can be anything. So it can be coaching people. It can be like helping them feel healthy and feel energized. It can be helping them feel relaxed and like saying no to the stresses and anxieties of the world. It can be like, let's do some medical miracles here and like change people, like physiology. And like, that wasn't a word. Well, the right word anyways. But anyways, so you are put on the planet for a reason. But you might not be living that right now. And that's why it feels like the flame is little, the flame is dimming. Am I right? Because are you truly living today what you feel you were put on the planet to be and do? I know I am. I know without a shadow of a doubt. And you know why I know that? Because I can't even imagine doing anything else. I can't. I've tried. I'm like, oh, let's go work at Winners. Like, no. Not that anything is bad with working in retail. That's just not my place in the world. I've known since a little kid is I am meant to be a leader. I've known that. I didn't always know what that meant, but I just like, as a kid, I was like, I just want to be the boss. Right? And then it evolved like, that's not just the boss, it's being the leader. And it starts being a leader, is also one of my points for today, is activating your soul and living your purpose. Right? And leading yourself. All right, so let's talk leadership for a minute. Let's talk leadership for a minute. Okay, some of you might be like, I do not want to be a leader. I am not a leader. And I will beg to differ and say, yes, you are. There is something that you are put on the planet to be more of, to help somebody else with, to teach something to someone. That's being a leader. I don't think you were here if you felt you were meant to be a follower in life. You probably wouldn't be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs are 100% leaders. You have a business, you are a leader. So, what are you leading people in, through, and towards? What do you think? What do you think? What are you leading people towards? I am leading people towards living a business where they're not working 18-hour days. I do not believe that any person on this planet needs to work 18-hour days. I do not believe that anyone on this planet needs to work 12-hour days. I don't think we are put on the planet to work. I believe we are put on this planet to experience the joys, the beauties, the energies of the world. And some of that might be through work, but not the only thing. And so I want to be a leader in demonstrating that it is possible to build a successful business while living your life outside, while like being on a kayak, by going for a walk, by being the vibe, by having the choice. Because you guys, I experience the same circumstances that all of you do, right? That all of you do. I invest my money all over the place. I invest money in coaching, and that has led to like limited money in my accounts. Would I change it? Nope. Wouldn't change it for the world, because I've grown so much. Investing in yourself is always a growth. Investing in your growth, investing in you, because you are worthy and you are deserving, is never a waste of money unless you decide to not take actions and implement anything. And then that's on you. That's not on your coach. Just saying. Anyways, okay, so being a leader involves three things: being decisive, being committed, and being consistent. I wanted to say confident, but that's a given. As you are a leader and as you are activating your soul, you are becoming more and more confident every waking moment of the day. How does that affect your business? When you're decisive, you're making decisions super fast. And so you don't have to spend energy on that. You can use that energy for something else. When you are committed, to your business, you know that you are not giving up. Your clients know that you are not giving up, that you are not going anywhere. When you are consistent in your business, you show up. People know you, people like you, people trust you because you are there consistently. Yeah, you can take vacations, you can take holidays. And you don't need to justify that. You don't need to have the post on social media that says, I'm going to be away from the weekend. So if you don't see a post from me, I'm going to be at the lake. You don't need to post that shit. Like, I don't care. Why? Like, I probably won't see that post until you're back anyways. So, right? You don't need to work all the time, but you do need to be consistent. Be consistent in showing up for yourself. Showing up as a leader. Showing up with this passion to change the fucking world. And remember, like I said, your world might be your life. It might be your family's life. It might be your city. It might be the actual world, right? I want women all over the world to be able to create lives that light them up, that they don't have to play the victim. They don't have to be the victim, that they are fucking powerful, that they can change circumstances and that they can change situations and that they're in, right? That you have the power to leave the asshole who keeps abusing you. You have the power to like change how you want your kids to grow up. You have the power to change your financial situations. You have the power to do all the things. It's your choice if you want to or not. So, being a leader. Okay, being decisive. Okay, let's talk about being decisive. So being indecisive is in that, okay, how much should I charge for my massages this month? What kind of packages should I offer? And you think about it, and you talk to this person about it, and you talk to that person about it, and you think about it some more, and then you journal about it, and then you're like, maybe I should like think about this some more. And then you talk to your partner about it, and you just keep talking and doing and like not even doing. That's the thing. Indecisiveness keeps you from doing. Indecisiveness keeps you from doing and being. So be decisive. Who is it that you want to be? Who is it that you want to be? Who do you want to be known as? Who do you want to be known as? This is an essential question for your business. Who do you want to be known as? Because this is your brand. I want to be known as the vibe. That's why I buy this shirt. Right? I want to be known as that. Because I know every one of my clients has come to me because we're like, ooh, we like your energy. I need to work with you. Okay. Sales is super easy then when you decide who you want to be. So who do you want to be known as? I would love to hear. And say. Anyways, okay, so being decisive. What are other things that you need to be decisive about? So your pricing, what you offer, who you want to work with, who you should hire, when you should hire, and like all these different things, even like what you post, what your marketing strategy is, like all the decisions. Just make the decision and stop overthinking. So last week or the week before, I had a masterclass on overthinking. Okay. Overthinking is not being decisive, honey. Nah, sorry. Sorry. Overthinking stops you. It stops you. It triggers you. Being triggered leads you to overthinking. Instead of activating takes action. Activators take action. Activated women take action. Actions that feel good to you. actions that only work for you? Because you're listening to your intuition and nobody else. That is being a leader. Standing up tall in your confidence of how you are going to change the world. So what is that? If you have 30 seconds in front of your ideal client, what is the message that you need to preach? Go. Go. You don't need to be a victim. Activate the power that's already inside you and create the life and the business you are meant to live. What's yours? What's yours? Anyway, okay. So playing small, playing big. Play small, play big. What do you want? What's your choice? What does it mean to play small? For me, when I feel that I'm playing small, it means that I am not living my potential. It feels like there's something more out there. It feels like I am meant for more. And so that's how I feel when I feel like I'm playing small. I'm not being the person I am meant to be. I am following others too much. I am waiting to hear what this person says, what that person says, and not going over what my heart says. So for me to play small means that I'm not listening to my intuition. It means I'm letting my head and my masculine energy decide what I need to do. What I need to do coming from my head. Coming from my head is like how-tos. What are the how-tos? How do I need to do this? How do I grow my Instagram audience? How do I get more clients? How do I create a graphic? How do I change my brand? How do I create a brand? How do I create an offer? How do I those are the things that, yeah, you need to know in your business, but those are coming from your head. Those are the things from your head. Okay. So sometimes it's not for us to necessarily know the how of how your wealth is coming to you. It is necessary for us to know who we are going to be. So I am choosing to be the vibe of wealth. And so for me, the vibe of wealth is not necessarily money. The vibe of wealth means that I am being a leader, that I am being decisive, that I am committed to my business and to my life with my whole life. It means that I am showing up consistently, not just so I can get a client, not if then. I'm not going to show up so that I can. I'm going to show up because this is who I am. This is who I am. So that is me not playing small. So what does that look like for you? Like, what do you feel like that you're holding yourself back on? Because that's the playing small part, and that's the living in the scarcity part. So I would love to hear, what do you feel that you're just a little bit scared to do, but you feel like you really should be doing that? It's I really should be doing that, but maybe it's a whole different business idea. Who knows? But you're I don't know how to do that. So what is that? What do you feel is holding you back from your greatness? And only you know that. Only you are going to know that feeling inside of you where it's I can do this. I like doing this, but I know there's something more, right? That's where I'm I can teach you how to start a business with my eyes closed. I've helped hundreds of women start businesses from idea stage to making consistent cash. I've done that hundreds of times and I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. But I've always felt there's something more to that. something more. So it actually took me having like 2 months of like not getting a client for me to see what that something more is. Because then I had the space, I had the time, and I had the space and the desire to search for something more. But I found it, that it is activating your soul and stepping into your power that's already within you to create the life and the business that you are meant to live. And that's that something more. And that's where this whole activating program came from. This is where the activated as fuck program came from. And this is the whole brand of being activated. And I wouldn't have had that if I would have been making consistent 20, 30K months and not struggling. So in the struggle, sometimes you go through the struggle so that you can be on the other side. And maybe you don't know what that other side is yet. And that's okay. But the abundance is knowing that there's another side, right? The abundance is knowing that God has something more out there for you, and that belief that it's all around you and that it's happening. It is happening. You choose to see it or you choose not to see it. You choose to see it as being enough or you choose to see it as not being enough. Okay, so how are we feeling? I want you to feel very excited about being a leader and being who you are and letting this flame out and being like, oh, I'm ready to play big in this field of abundance. I'm ready. I'm ready. Are you ready? What is the thing that's holding you back from not being like, hell yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. I don't know where we're going, but we're going. Right? Where are you in your energy? Where are you on your vibe? What do we need to work through? Please message me. Okay, those are private conversations, right? That you don't need to have on Instagram, on Zoom, on Facebook. These are private conversations. So email me, message me, reach out. What's holding you back from being like activated as fuck? I want you to live big. I want you to live how you're meant to be and what you're put on the planet to be and who you're put on the planet to be. And I want you to believe with all your heart that who you are meant to be is going to bring you abundance of all sorts of things, not just money, but all sorts of abundance is meant for you. Choose it. It's easy. You just choose it. Isn't that exciting? I think so. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about releasing expectations and living free as a fucking feather. Living free, free falling. Oh, maybe I should do that song as a reels tomorrow. Anyways, so yeah. So tomorrow we're going to talk about being free and being light as a feather in your business. And so that business is easy, 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 easy. And you don't need to work long hours. No, 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 no. Everything comes to you easy. Abundance is with you everywhere you go. Okay. So if you are ready to get activated as fuck and you are not already a one-on-one client of mine, I have 2 spots this month for my beta program, for the Activated as Fuck beta program. 2 this month, $1,500, and we are going to get you lit and changing the world and making shitloads of money. Okay, I do have other options if that's like, eek, that's a freaky number, Jess. It's worth it. Can you imagine that, like 20 years down the road, you're like, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have worked so much 20 years ago. I wish I could have enjoyed my life back then. Don't you think that's worth it? figuring this shit out now instead of 20 years from now, when you're not promised 20 years from now. That's why I want to help you live it today, because you deserve it and you're worthy of it. And I can't wait to work with you. Anyways, so message me, join me tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think, is noon, because I already had some clients booked. So tomorrow, I want to say, is noon, which is 2 p.m. Eastern. And then Friday, we're going to have a Q&A. And I believe that's at 10 again, possibly 9. Yeah. So feel free to join. I would love to see you there. Any questions, feel free to start messaging them like as they come, and I'll write them down and then I'll answer them on the Q&A. Okay? Because guaranteed, when you have a question, so does somebody else, right? And so I hope you all have a beautiful Wednesday, and thank you so much for being here. Despite our technical difficulties at the beginning, those are cleared. We are good to go right now. And so be the vibe. Choose the vibe today. Okay? Love you.